Did you know that the longest anyone has ever gone without sleep is 453 hours? That's about 19 days. This is according to the Guinness World Records. But here's the thing, they actually stopped tracking this category way back in 1997. Why? Because staying awake that long isn't just miserable, it is dangerous. Hey there, welcome to my channel. Today, we're talking about what really happens when you go without sleep, from 24 hours up to 72 hours awake. We'll also look at how much sleep you actually need to function properly, depending on your age. So keep watching. Have you ever asked the question, why do we even need to sleep? The answer is that sleep is not just rest. It is the body's nightly reset button. It's when your system recharges, your mind clears out the clutter, and your body repairs itself. While you are snoozing, your body is not idle. It's running a full overnight shift. Your immune system clocks in to repair damage. Growth hormones get to work, rebuilding tissues. And your brain's very own cleaning crew, called the glymphatic system, that is, the lymphatic system of the brain, starts sweeping out waste and toxins that build up during the day. And as you might have guessed, the glymphatic system is over 60% more active at night. So when you skip sleep, these night shift workers do not show up, and the result? You feel foggy, cranky, and totally out of it. Alright, let's start the clock. What actually happens when we do not sleep for 24 hours? After 24 hours without sleep, things start to slide. We've all been there. Maybe pulling an all-nighter cramming for an exam, caring for a sick loved one, working a late shift, or binge-watching that just one more episode type of series on Netflix. One missed night might not sound like much, but here's an interesting fact. Research shows that being awake for 24 hours can impair you as much as having a blood alcohol level that's higher than the legal driving limit in most countries. In terms of manifestation, most people start feeling drowsy and irritable. Decision-making slows down, and memory gets fuzzy. Thankfully, most of that clears up once you finally sleep. But during that window, the risk of accidents skyrockets. Now, hit 36 hours without rest, and things really start to fall apart. Some hormones such as insulin, cortisol, and growth hormone rely on your sleep-wake cycle to stay balanced. Hormones are like the body's social media system, because they're the body's chemical messengers. So, after 36 hours awake, messages start to glitch, and this leads to chaos. So as a consequence, we find that temperature regulation, metabolism, mood, and stress levels all take a hit. You might notice extreme fatigue, poor motivation, mood swings, even slurred speech. What happens after 48 hours? That's 2 full nights awake. At this stage, both the body and mind are under immense strain. Most people feel mentally exhausted, emotionally unstable, and possibly even depressed. Now, the brain begins to trigger something known as microsleeps. These are blackouts that last for a few seconds. It's like the brain takes laws into its hands and shuts itself down. You won't even realize they're happening, but they leave you confused and disorientated. The immune system also weakens, inflammation spikes, while the body's natural killer cells, the ones that help to fight off viruses and bacteria, slow down. Then comes 72 hours. 3 days without sleep. At this point, the body and brain are on the edge. Most people cannot stay awake this long without help. They might experience severe confusion, total lack of focus, memory loss, emotional instability, or even paranoia. At this stage, hallucinations are common. This is where you start seeing or hearing things that aren't really there. Did you know that a 2017 study from the University of Arizona found that after long periods without sleep, people actually struggled to tell the difference between happy and sad facial expressions? That's how much the brain's emotional wiring gets scrambled. So, what happens if sleep deprivation becomes a habit? That's when it turns from a short-term problem into a long-term threat. In the short run, you'll feel anxious, forgetful, and unproductive. But over time, lack of sleep increases the risk for heart disease, obesity, diabetes, stroke, and depression. Now let's talk about how much sleep you actually need. The US Centre for Disease Control gives clear daily recommendations by age. Newborns need 14 to 17 hours, infants 12 to 16 hours, toddlers 11 to 14 hours, preschool and school-age kids 9 to 13 hours, teenagers 8 to 10 hours, and adults 7 to 9 hours of solid rest each night. And remember, it's not just how long you sleep, it is also how well you sleep. If you are struggling with sleep, please speak to your doctor. Protecting your sleep is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to boost your focus, balance your emotions, strengthen your immune system, and stay healthy long term. So, before you go, what's the most noticeable change you have felt after not sleeping enough? Drop it in the comments. Your experience might help someone else recognize the signs of sleep deprivation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.